So here we have the Audi A3 S-Line on an 18 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you inside the boot, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls from there. As we approach the back of the car, you'll see we have reversing sensors, plenty of boot space as well, along with that 60/40 split folding rear seat should you wish to increase this space even further. Okay, now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. On the left-hand side, we have the rev counter. We have the speedometer on the right-hand side, as well as a digital readout for that speedometer. We have the fuel gauge beneath that. In the centre, you can see the total miles of this car, which are 24,377. You can change the rest of the information displayed there by using buttons on the steering wheel. There's various bits of trip computer information. There are other menus available to you as well, so your audio, vehicle settings, and your navigation, as you can see. If we back out to the steering wheel, on the left-hand side, we have the buttons I was using just a second ago, and on the right-hand side, stereo and phone controls. Just behind the steering wheel, the plus and minus paddles enable you to change gear manually with this automatic gearbox, and we have cruise control down here. Over in the centre is where you'll find the main stereo screen for this car. So you can access your radio up here, for example. You can also access your satellite navigation, so you can have this as your main display, or the one I showed you just a moment ago, whichever one you'd prefer. All the movement I'm making on the screen is all being done using this dial and the collection of buttons that surround it. So you can access things, for example, directly like your phone menu, and you'll see your phone menu is now being displayed up on the screen just there. Or go back to the main menu and you can do everything from this dial. For example, when it comes to your music, we have the radio. This car has got FM, DAB and AM radio available to you. You can also access your own music from the main menu, and you do that under the media heading just here. And again, plenty of ways to listen to your own music in this car. So we have CD player, we have USB and SD memory card inputs, auxiliary input as well, and Bluetooth audio. Working our way down, we have the collection of buttons that you can see just here. So you can turn off the stop and start. This car's designed to cut out when it's stationary in traffic to save you fuel. That's now off. Working our way right from there, we have the hazard warning light. We can turn off the traction control. We can turn off the main screen, so if that's dazzling you, for example, nighttime driving, you might want to turn that off. And then on the far right-hand side, we have Drive Select. That will enable you to change the car's setup from auto, dynamic, individual, comfort, and efficiency at the top here as well. Auto will change the car's settings as you drive along, so that's the one you'd be on most of the time. We then have dual zone climate controls. You can adjust the passenger and driver temperature independently of one another from here. You can increase and decrease the fan speed. You can determine what direction you'd like the air to be distributed in. You can turn your air conditioning off in this case, or back on with that button. You can also just hit auto over on the left hand side, and the car will take control of the fan speed and direction of the air for you to maintain the temperatures you've asked for. And we have a heated driver and passenger seat. So heated driver seat with 3 different heat settings, and the same over on the passenger side. We then have the gear lever for the fully automatic gearbox. And down here, the main volume for the stereo and the buttons that I went through just a moment ago, along with an electronic handbrake and auto hold function. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to call any of our MJA sites. We'd love to hear from you soon.